Hello everybody, welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back and I have another through night offering. This is the Wowtac Model A1S BSS edition version 2. Now BSS is for Black Scout Survival. He's a fellow YouTuber out here and he collaborated with Through Night with Wowtac and they come up with this creation. And so this is the second version, and I think you guys are going to like this. So stay with me. I hope you enjoy the video. This is the Wowtac Model A1S version 2 Black Scout Survival Tactical Flashlight. This is 1150 lumens and it has quite a few features that are different than the standard A1S. Now the price point on this flashlight is around $40. You can see here that it has several functions. It has low at 24 lumens, which will last 6 days, medium at 140 lumens, which will last 18 hours, high 460 lumens for 5 hours, and then turbo, which is the full brightness, 1150 lumens for 3 hours. Then there's a strobe feature, which gives you full brightness for 4 hours, and there's also an SOS feature, which is 1150 lumens, and I'm guessing that SOS will probably run maybe 3.5–4 hours. The distance that you can view this light is 277 meters. So just to put a reference to that, you could think about 3 football field lengths. That is crazy. The intensity of the flashlight is 19,200 CD. That's the maximum. This is impact resistant to 1.5 meters and it's IPX7 waterproof up to 1 meter. So first thing that I see is a very nice steel belt clip, which is pretty similar to what we've seen in the past. I see the very similar charging cable, micro USB. It's got a USB on the other side so we can charge this flashlight. And then the new feature here is the strikeable bezel ring. We'll talk about that a little bit here in a minute. We also have 2 spare O-rings for waterproofness of the flashlight. And last but not least, let's move this box out of the way and we'll take a look at the actual flashlight itself. So this is very, very similar as it sits right now. This is version 2 though, because the first version was kind of a coyote, like not a brown, but it was almost a gold color, almost the color of brass. So we have the same tail cap switch. We have Black Scout Survival, again a fellow YouTuber. We have also his logo on his channel, which is pretty cool. Native American chief with some feathers. Very cool logo. So right here on the end, you can see that there is a very nice, highly reflective. This is a red lens so that we can have night operation with this flashlight. Now to change that out, we can simply unscrew this tip here and we can have a standard lens like the Model A2 because this is threaded. That's what they changed, they threaded that. And we could put this strikeable thing on the tip here. So we can strike through glass, we can put the thing down and you can still see the light underneath it. It gives us a self-defense option. If you look really close and take a push pin or a knife or something like that, a needle, you can peel back a small O-ring on the inside of this lens. Okay, so when you peel back that O-ring, you set that down along with your push pin, you'll notice that the lens itself will push from the front of the flashlight back. So we can remove the lens from this cap. And this is a look at the lens itself. This is a piece of glass. This is a glass lens. Will it fit in this attack bezel? Let's take a look. It looks like it will, but look, it falls all the way through. So no, it will not line up or stay put in this forward lens, which I wish it would. So the little catch that they put in here for this to fall against does not exist on this other piece right here. Doesn't exist. So for this piece it's great because you can put the lens in there and you can pop the O-ring in, and the O-ring holds the lens in place when you push against this lens. So that's a good it's a good feature, because if this lens gets broken, you can probably easily replace it with a new one just simply by popping out that O-ring, popping out the old broken glass, putting a new one in, and you're done. But I really wish they would have paid just a tiny bit more attention to detail in the engineering department and made it so that the lens can be put on this attack ring here. I wish they would have done that. Gives us a tactical look. We could mount this because it's a 1-inch barrel here, right here. It's a 1-inch barrel, so we can mount this to our rifle. It has a tail cap switch and it has a mode switch, very similar. We can unthread here from the front. You can see the spring inside. You can also see the battery. There is one O-ring right there. You can see me pulling it up with my fingers. And you can look inside and pull this bottom half off as well. And there is our very common little piece of plastic that they put in there so that the flashlights don't drain the batteries as they're sitting in the packaging. So there's the barrel. Again, you have an O-ring on each end right there. That's for the waterproofness of the flashlight. This is the tail cap switch, has a nice spring there, and as well as on this end here. So this can use the standard 18650 batteries, or in our case we're going to use a new 18650 battery, which is the Wowtac USB rechargeable. Again, micro USB port right there. So you have two indicators here. You have a red indicator right here. When you plug this cord that comes with the flashlight, you plug this in and plug this into whatever you need, whether it's your laptop, solar panel. Here's a quick look of the battery plugged in, and you can see the little red indicator light here right below my finger. And when the battery is finished, this little hole that's in the center of the screen, that will light up green. So this is what it looks like when it's in charging mode. You can see that the green LED indicator is on and it's fully charged. This battery was sitting here for about 3 hours. Now this battery is a little bit different than what comes with the A-Tactical A1. In that battery it's 2600 milliamp hours. Well, this one is 3400 milliamp hours, 18650 battery. This is a rechargeable. This is a great battery, and this is they upped the capacity on this battery, and that's how they're getting the little bit longer run times out of this flashlight. To operate this flashlight, we want to push the tail cap switch until it clicks. This will turn the flashlight on. Once the flashlight is on, everything can be, all the settings can be changed by pushing this secondary switch, this mode switch. Okay, right now the setting that you see is low. This is 24 lumens, and this will last approximately 6 days. If I push it again, I'll go to medium, 140 lumens or 18 hours. There's low, there's medium. Push it a third time. Now we're on high. This is 460 lumens for 5 hours of runtime. And then if I go low, medium, high, and turbo, this is the full brightness, 1150 lumens, and this will last for approximately 3 hours. Now if I cycle through again, there's low, medium, high, turbo. Now I push it one more time. It puts us into an SOS signal which will run 1150 lumens for approximately 4 hours of runtime. Now, if I go whatever setting I'm on, whether it's low, medium, high, if I turn the flashlight off by using the tail cap switch and turn the flashlight back on, it will remember the last setting that was accessed as long as it was not strobe, SOS, so it'll come back to high in our case here. So let's go to low, we turn it off, turn it back on, it comes back to low. So I really like that feature on these flashlights because personally I like leaving it on low because when I turn the flashlight on I don't feel like blinding everybody. If you were in a self-defense situation, I have my firearm right here and I have my flashlight in my hand here. Now let's talk about these functions. So if I half press this tail cap switch twice and I'm not clicking it and I just hold it halfway, I go into an instant turbo. If I push it the rest of the way, it leaves the flashlight on in turbo, 1150 lumens, 3 hours of runtime. Okay, now if I turn it off and turn it back on, it'll come back on to the last setting, which was low for us. As long as it's not SOS or strobe, see, it went back to low. Now if I bump that up to medium, let's say, and I do the same thing, I push it twice, now I'm in turbo, lock it, that locks the setting, that locks that turbo on. But if I turn it back off and turn it back on, I'm at the last mode accessed. Again, we were on medium, so it comes back to medium. Let's turn it on here and see what the red looks like. There's low, medium, high, turbo, strobe, and again back to low. So we could do the same thing again by half pressing twice. 1, 2, that's turbo. Click it. Now we're on turbo. We're stuck on turbo. That's good. 1, 2, 3. Click it the rest of the way. We are on strobe using the red lens. Maybe if I'm lucky enough and work hard enough someday, maybe I'll have Jiu-Jitsu 2000 logo, J2K or something on mine. That would be an honor. It would be awesome. And I'm going to just drop it from the height of this bench here. I hate doing this part of the test, but let's take a look and see what we've got. So the flashlight is still working. Let's turn the thing off. Let's turn it on. There's low, medium, high, turbo. There's the SOS feature. Now if we double, let's turn this off. Let's do the double half click to get to the turbo. Click it into place. So now we've set turbo. And let's do the 1, 2, 3 thing. Click it, and we now have the strobe function. So this is definitely impact resistant, this flashlight. I don't like doing that test. If you look at the strike ring here, you can see that we got a little bit of concrete on it. I don't like dropping these things because in my opinion it kind of tears up a nice flashlight. But I think it's important to show this in the video so you guys know that these flashlights can uphold what they claim as far as impact resistance. And that's the only damage that we had due to that fall right there. Let's put it underwater. See, we are completely underwater. Now technically I could probably leave that under there for 30 minutes. Let's go take our hand in there and let's go through the mode switch. Underwater, low, medium, high, turbo. There's the SOS function, and let's try the back portion of the flashlight. This I'm trying to figure out how to do this and keep it underwater here with one hand. Turn it off. Now let's do the 2 half clicks to get to turbo. Let's see, did I get it? There's turbo. Let's click it and lock it on to turbo. Let's try the 3 and get to strobe. 1, 2, 3. Click it. So wow, that's pretty neat looking. So now let's take the thing out of the water, clean it up a little bit, and let's go through the settings once again now that we've gotten out of the immersion of water. So let's go here. There's low, medium, high, turbo, SOS, back to low, Let's go 1, 2. There's turbo. Let's lock that in. 1, 2, 3. SOS, or actually strobe. Lock that in. I love that new feature. And let's take a look at what the low setting is at night in a dark environment. You can see my bench over there a little bit. You know, you can barely see the light moving around. And if I go up to the medium setting, you can definitely see a significant difference in what's going on. You can see a lot of things starting to see things clearer. This is good to have this red setting in case you were maybe doing some night navigation and you're looking at your compass or something like that. Let's go, we're back on low, there's medium. Let's go to high. This is high, and that's quite a bit of light. You can see a lot of what's going on. Let's go to turbo. Low, medium, high, turbo. Turbo, you can definitely see on the wall my hat. You can see the lights, my reloading presses. You can see down below my little Makita radio down there. Some junk over here. You can see a lot of stuff of what's going on. Now let's try medium, high, turbo, SOS function. It does SOS for you. Now we're back on low. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the end cap tail switch. I'm going to do the 2 to turbo, 2 half presses to turbo. There's turbo. Let's click it into place. There's turbo. Now I'm going to do the 3 half pushes to the strobe function. 1, 2, 3. Let's click that into place. That is cool. That is really cool. I just turned the flashlight on. This is on low. This is the white light. You can kind of take a look and see around. Kind of tell what's going on. Let's go up to medium. There's medium. It puts a lot more light out. You can start to see things a lot clearer. If I point it up at the sky a little bit, you can kind of get almost light in the whole room. If I go low, medium, let's go to high. Definitely puts out some light. You can see that there's starting to be a little bit of glare because it's almost too bright. Now let's try turbo. Low, medium, high, turbo. And that's the turbo function. That is a bright light. Let's try low, medium, high, turbo, and all the way to SOS. And that bench is probably 25 feet away or something like that, 20 feet. Now we'll leave it on low. We're going to turn it off and we're going to go to the 2 half clicks. They're not actually clicks, but the 2 half pushes to turbo. And then we'll lock that in. That's turbo. I like the way the bezel, the strike bezel, has these little notches in the side. You can kind of see that imprint on the wall. Looks like a big flower. Look at that when I spin it. It's kind of cool. Now let's try the strobe function. 1, 2, 3. That's hard on the eyes. Boy, that would be tough to look at. If you had that coming at you, man, that would be so disorienting. That is a crazy function. And that just goes crazy. I have the flashlight on low, so plenty of room to look around at the engine. Maybe I was broke down or something like that. Let's go to medium. Medium definitely sheds a lot of light. Let's go to high. There's low, medium, high. And let's go to turbo. Low, medium, high, turbo. definitely gives you some light where you can see things clearly, so you could work on this vehicle if you had to. Back again to low. What are my final thoughts on this Wowtac A1S version 2 Black Scout Survival flashlight? Well, I like it. I like it a lot. I like how they put his name on it. I like his logo. I love this strikeable ring here. The only concern that I have about this flashlight is I thought that it would have been neat if this red lens could fit in this strike bezel ring. I love how they threaded these inserts so that you could thread them into the flashlight. Now, let's be clear. You can get a model A1 for $20, and that one will be 550 lumens. It's a great flashlight. It has a lot of the same functions as this. It does not have those half and then click to lock functions, though. It doesn't have that. Okay, so you could, again, the A1 is the $20 price point. You could bump up to the A1S for the $30 price point, and what you'll get is you will upgrade your battery up to this battery. Instead of having the 2600, when you get the A1S, you get the 3400 battery, so you get a better battery and you get the same lumen ratings as this. You just don't get those half functions on the back, which I really like. That really truly makes this a tactical flashlight in my opinion. But again, A1, $20 price point, A1S, $30 price point, and then A1S version 2 Black Scout Survival Edition, $40 price point. I think it's worth the money. I really do. I love the red option. If you're going to be out at night, you're trying to be discreet, you don't want to be seen, you don't want to have a big old signature, maybe you're trying to navigate or whatever the case might be. I think that's really cool. The little damage that we took during the impact, that is normal. It's not anything that's, I mean, I don't care if it's a through night, it's probably still going to be having that problem. As far as the functions of the flashlight, the way it operates and the way it performs, I think it's an amazing flashlight. I think it's well worth the money. I love the settings. I love the IPX7. I love the impact resistance. But again, the waterproof setting and the impact is on all of the flashlights. So A1, A1S, A1S version 2 BSS. You're going to get that on all of them. I like how the battery is rechargeable. I really like that function, and I like how the LED indicators illuminate based on what you're doing. So folks, I want to say thank you for joining me today. I hope you got some good useful information out of this video. Please feel free to leave your comments down below, like this video, share this video, and if you like the type of content that you see on my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you. And until next time, folks, thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Now go out there and get you an A1S version 2 Black Scout Survival Edition. You won't be disappointed. It's a good light. $40. Well worth the money. Bye.